either my senior or junior year in high school, they introduced a course called fashion merchandising. This class in particular, I was like, oh, like I didn't know there could be a job like such as this. So I took this course. I was like, oh, I think I want to be a buyer. This is fun. Naively, I thought when you're a buyer, you just like, go into the showroom and buy stuff. And be like, I'm going to be a buyer for Barney's. And I'm just going to go to like the Gucci, Chanel, Versace showroom and say like, this was good. Like that's literally my stupid ass self thinking. And I was like, yeah, I'm going to be a buyer. So right after that course, I really loved my teacher too, because she was the one that kind of told me about like FIT. So that's where I went to school, college, Fashion Institute of Technology. But I remember when I had this conversation with her, I was like, I want to go to school. And she's like, well, the best place to go to school for fashion is New York City. There's multiple schools. There's Parsons, there's LIM, there's FIT, like not like you have to go to fashion school to end up in fashion, but she was just kind of like where it sounds like you were wanting to do, like with the buyer. And opportunities. Yes, exactly. And she's like, for opportunities and stuff. I was like, yeah, that makes sense. And so I applied to FIT, did all that stuff, whatever, got in and did fashion merchandising because I was like, okay, this was a class I took in high school, which I started to learn a little bit about like what fashion merchandising meant. And I knew there was a little bit more math to it, but this class was like touched on everything different in fashion. So it wasn't just like that. Get into FIT, started my one semester in fashion merchandising. And when I tell you, I found out it was like literally just math. I was like, absolutely not. Respected buyers, because I don't even know how they do it, because it's more than just like buying for like your store. Like you have to do the math. You're studying the market and like, all this stuff with sales. I don't know. It's just too much. Like you have to take multiple math courses like as part of the program. Girl, I was on rock. I started having conversations with my like counselor. I was like, yeah, I need to like switch majors. I remember speaking to this one professor and she was like, okay, like I noticed that you love reading magazines. You should try advertising and marketing, like the fashion side of it. I can be in magazines and not write, but like what is fashion? It's just telling stories, but without the, copy. You're just like putting a story together of like fashion and clothing. Yeah. And so when someone's reading it, they're like, oh, this like whole shoot campaign is referencing the 1920s. And I was like, yeah, you're right. That's it. That's a visual. And then it almost segued into styling because you're styling something and creating a story without necessarily writing it out, but you're in these big fashion magazines. And so that's really where the like light bulb went off.